welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about, you know, how to work with influencers in South Africa without paying anything. Yes, I know you're probably thinking, this is probably a lie or something like that, but yeah, you can work with South African influencers without having to necessarily pay them. We are going to be talking about how you go about doing this. We're going to be talking about, you know, how you can how you construct a message, to send them in the DMs, just to kind of persuade them, let them know what you're kind of going for. Because let's be honest, you're just starting your brand, it's too small, bro. You don't necessarily have money to advertise and get your brand out there, get that image that there are people who have some level of following on social media. They look good, and they actually like your brand. So you probably don't have $500 to pay somebody for a story post, or for a for a feed post. So we are going to be talking about how you can go about doing this, with South African influencers. And the first thing you need to know about this is that it's not necessarily 100% free. There's going to be a little bit of your own money that you're going to be using, but it's I'd say depending on how many influencers you want to work with. I wouldn't say it's a lot, considering the fact that you won't have to be paying influencers. You're going to only be using money to print your t-shirts or whatever garment it is that you're working with. It doesn't even have to be clothing, for that matter. It can be anything, any item, as long as you got that item. So but then here we're talking about branding, so we're talking about clothes. So you're going to need money to get your t-shirts printed. If you've been following the series of this video and everything like that, you probably have money to print your stuff. And you're going to also be needing money to ship your stuff, to courier your stuff to the influencers. And that's pretty much it. Let's say, for example, you want to work with, normally I'd say you should go for influencers who rank around 30,000 followers to right about 400,000. This is like a good spot for you to start with, because normally if you check these people's engagements, it's really high, for the kind of followers that they have. Some of them range to like 8,000 likes, and to like 50-80,000 views for their reels and everything like that. So this is like a sweet spot, because if you go for somebody who's like a million and above, and most likely, even if they're also verified, then it's going to be really hard for them to work with you, and even for them to even see your DM, for that matter. So I think this is like a sweet spot where you work with, and then you also need to identify the kind of influence that you want to work with. Go through their feed, man. Look through everything. Do they does their kind of style and love for clothing match with your own brand? Do they wear the sort of stuff that you're trying to get them to advertise? Do they like that kind of stuff? What about their followers? Are they the type of people that you're trying to persuade into checking out your brand and buying your brand? Those sort of stuff is stuff that you really need to do. And another thing is, it's really like a numbers game, because you're going to have to DM a lot of people, and only for you to get a few responses. So let's say, for example, you DM around 50, 60 each girls. You're going to most likely get replies for like 25 of them. So this is like, so you shouldn't just DM one influencer and then expect them to respond. Like, nah, they might not. So it's a numbers game. So just make sure that you DM enough influencers for this to work. You feel what I'm saying? Another thing is, Instagram stories work really well. You not only do you make sales through that strategy, but you also get a lot of followers from the, from their Instagram pages and stuff like that. So it's really good, and it works. You just need to be able to voice out the kind of thing that you want when in terms of working with these influencers. You get what I'm saying? Another thing is, you need to make sure that the unboxing experience of your brand is up to, it's top, it's top niche. Like, it has to be really good, you know what I'm saying? Because immediately when she receives your product, she's going to post a story when she's unboxing it, showing everything like that, and then she's going to post on a feed while wearing the thing. So that whole experience has to be legit. That whole experience needs to be something that's really going to get you potential customers to go into your Instagram page, and to further go into your website and make orders. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Just, we are looking to make sales and to get our brands up and running. You feel what I'm saying? Not only, I'm not saying this is the best strategy for you to work with. I'm saying, as someone who's starting up, this strategy works really well for it being free. What I'm saying? Obviously, if you're going to pay to work with influencers, they're going to also put a lot more of effort into making your brand look good. They're going to put a lot more effort. For example, if you pay, I was speaking to some influencers, she said, she could make a real video for like $500, and she showed me the, her Instagram impressions, and, how many people she gets, how many people she gets to watch a video reels and stuff like that. So it can, if you go from working with them, by you just sending them your product, and that's something that they get to keep, and then they take pictures. When you start paying and doing reels and all that stuff like that, it really launches your brand into another level, a level where it shows just how much effort you're putting into your brand. It also brings a certain kind of level of trust from your own customers, that there are people that they know and also follow that are actually wearing your brand, and actually tell them to trust your brand. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, giving your brand some trust badges, for people to actually trust and want to engage and want to wear your brand. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it works really well. Another thing I'd say is, this strategy actually, I would suggest it better than you just advertising on Instagram. If you just want to advertise your own post with the paid thing on Instagram, where you gotta go use Facebook to advertise and make ads on Instagram. Usually, if you don't have the best content, if your image is not high quality, if you don't actually have a lifestyle picture or video, and you're just literally promoting a mock-up, it's not going to work as well as compared to you actually promoting videos and pictures, lifestyle videos and pictures of people wearing your brand. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing that I would like to say, and advice, in the future, when you start working with influencers, get them to sort of like explain how your brand works. Anything. This is also, if you want to create an illusion, that your brand is big, your brand is doing all this stuff, you need videos of different type of influencers talking about your brand, talking about what your brand stands for. You need to play on the emotional side of your customers. You need to invoke their emotions. You need them to have some sort of any emotional attachment to your brand, and you can use this with influencers. You can use this with getting them to create videos for your brand. The more diverse the more diverse your brand looks, with the type of people that interact with the brand, the type of people that wear your brand, the type of people, you know, that are making videos about your brand, the more, you know, you're creating, you know, some sort of, you know, solid structure for your own brand. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, when it comes to sending the actual message that you write to, you know, to this Instagram influencers, here's an example of what I actually write when I write to these Instagram influencers. I write that I would like to work with them, and in exchange for me giving them a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever it may be, I would like, you know, like 2 to 3 you know, images from them, and uh they can send these images to me, and they can also post these images on their own Instagram feed, and it has worked really well, guys. I've been doing this for some time now, and it has been bringing some pretty positive results. So this is something that I recommend for you guys to do. Yeah, as it works well. And if you have, you know, seen my previous videos, I like to emphasize that your brand has to be top quality, guys. Your designs have to be top quality. Put some thought into your designs. Put some, you know, some artistic flavor to your brand that isn't, you know, widely everywhere, especially in South Africa. You know, put some effort in it. You know what I'm saying? Put some effort in the quality of your t-shirts, in the designs of your t-shirts, in the presentations of your brand. Everything needs to come together for this actually to work well, because even if you start working with influencers and you start sending them your product, but if your product is trash, your product is trash, bro. I don't care if it's a hot girl wearing your product. If your product is trash, your product is going to stay trash, and it's not going to get any engagement for whatsoever reason. Anyway, guys, do not forget to like and subscribe. You know, right now I'm running at 11 subscribers. You know, by the end of this month, I would like to at least be at 50. You know, we're not, you know, I'm slowly engaging with you guys, and I really would like, you know, for you guys to subscribe and like, so that, you know, next time you don't actually have to search up when you look for my videos. You know, you can just immediately get notifications, and right there, you know, we get to business. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, see you next time.